where I'm at, the price of life, where I grew up at, the price of life is cheap. So if you got the money, if you got the bag, it's going to happen. When you drop it, it's a go.
Either your fear consumes you or you become insensitive. It hardened me a little bit. It made me accept the fact that I'm not in control. So we can any day now. It's just I've secured my son's life.
All the chips are falling down in 50's world, and there seems nowhere to hide, as the rapper turned producer is facing probably the worst test of his life. The 48-year-old is under lots of pressure, both physically, psychologically, and emotionally, and he could soon spiral into depression if an intervention isn't staged to save his life. The rapper appears to have gotten himself in a similar situation to Cat Williams, who allegedly had to wear body armor to bed. What started as a tiny has burst into a wildfire, threatening to consume the 50's very existence. What did 50 Cent do to deserve all this heat? And where is the heat coming from? I've got all the lowdown right here, ready to serve you with some hot gossip. So let's get into it.
Either your fear consumes you or you become insensitive. It hardened me a little bit. It made me accept the fact that I'm not in control. So we can any day now. It's just I've secured my son's life.
50 Cent could be out of luck very soon, given the enormous pressure he's brought on himself when he switched from music to TV production. The candy shop rapper was recently in the news when it was reported that a $1 billion bounty was placed on his head. Though the news didn't state who placed the bounty, sources close to the story have gathered a few names, of which Diddy is at the top. Now, that's not surprising given the enormous role 50 Cent played in exposing him and his alleged evil deeds to the whole world, but more on that later. The whole brouhaha began when real-life Corey "Ghost" Holland sued 50 Cent for $1 billion for using real events of his life without proper recognition and adequate compensation. The suit was filed in 2021 against 50 Cent and Courtney Kemp, creators of the hit television series Power, for modeling their show on the real life of drug kingpin Corey Holland.
He claims that 50 Cent and Courtney Kemp, which is the producer of Power, is bullying him right now.
According to Holland, he recorded a series of his life on DVD and handed them over to Courtney Kemp's father. Now he suspects that Courtney Kemp got hold of the DVDs and contacted 50 Cent, who showed interest in turning it into a television series. Corey Holland, who is adamant 50 stole his life history, wrote in the original complaint, "This is not one of those lawsuits from a deranged fan or somebody trying to capitalize off of someone else's success. This is about the actual theft of my life and the damages that it has done, as well the profits that the defendants have made from of stealing and telling my life story without my consent." However, 50 Cent denied the allegations and got his lawyers to issue a reply and represent him in court.
50 reportedly wants this lawsuit dismissed because he and his legal team feel Holland's filing is untimely.
The case had been ongoing for the past 3 years until a few minutes ago when someone stoked the fires by purportedly placing a $1 billion bounty on 50's head. Now, lots of people are suspecting Corey "Ghost" Holland as the one behind the hit because of a recent letter he wrote to 50 and his lawyers. In the letter, Corey appears to threaten 50's life because, according to him, the rapper has been doing the same. He recounted a few occasions where he had some goons come up to him and warn him to drop the court case or face their wrath.
A separate lawsuit from Holland suggested that 50 Cent assaulted him as a means of intimidation. For that, he demanded $300 million in damages for intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligence.
In a statement obtained by All Hip Hop, Corey wrote, "If a man gets because your MF client threatened me and my family, file an MF motion for that. I ain't playing with your MF client no more. Next time he or anyone he sends pull up, F the litigation." He explained how 50 Cent threatened his life and narrated how he had to move his mother from her current location for fear of her life following the constant threats from the candy shop rapper. Corey told how 50 would issue threats secretly and then publicly pretend to be the victim. 50 Cent plays games with people's lives, he humiliates people, he comes to their homes, then plays a victim. He is constantly in somebody's mess. Plaintiff has warned 50 Cent he ain't no entertainer. Plaintiff had to up and move his mother from her state out of fear that 50 Cent was go harm her and me. Plaintiff tries sick to protect himself and deal with the constant pressure and fear that is real. However, 50 Cent's lawyers moved quickly to debunk the accusations, stating that their client was rather the victim of constant harassment from Corey. They claimed that they were notifying the appropriate authorities of Corey's threats and that they would hopefully deal with the situation at hand. This language can only be understood as a threat of violence against Mr. Jackson and his counsel, they informed the court. We are also in the process of notifying the relevant local authorities. Now, here's where the twist is. It appears someone has taken advantage of the tension and threats between the two camps to put a billion-dollar hit on 50 Cent. Many fans think it's Corey, since he's the one directly involved in the battle with the rapper. But Corey doesn't come off as someone who has $1 billion to spend. I mean, no disrespect to the former drug kingpin, but a cursory look at his social media pages doesn't reek of billions. Of course, I know many billionaires don't look the part, but at least we know their companies and their net worth. So that leaves a few public enemies of 50 Cent who have $1 billion to spare. This narrows the list to Jay-Z and Diddy. Out of these two, the most plausible is Jay-Z, but fans don't think he's the one, and here's why. 50 has been on the necks of both Jay and Puffy for the past decade, throwing shades at them at least opportunity.
Yo, check out. So, yesterday, First Montana had an in-store up in the Bronx. 10 people showed up. He said, this, let me have a drink. Puffy trying to make me go against 50, he set me up.
However, his shades appear to have gotten Diddy in trouble, as the feds have opened investigations into his dealings. As for Jay-Z, he seems to be off the hook, at least for now, as no official complaints, lawsuits, or investigations have been opened into his dealings. This narrows the list down to Diddy, but Puffy might not have $1 billion to spend, so it is possible he's being sponsored by the elites. After all, if Diddy does go down, he probably would go down with a few of the elites, since he purportedly has videos of top celebrities engaging in illegal lewd acts. So most fans' money is on Diddy because he appears to be the one to have borne the major brunt of 50 Cent shades. Y'all remember when the G Unit founder called Diddy Fruit Pop?
It's a fruit pop.
50 was one of the first rappers to allege that Diddy was gay. He once claimed that he stopped attending Puffy's all-white parties because he kept hugging men from the front and the back. He explained that he had no problems with where Diddy swung, but he should know where to put his business.
That's why I don't be going to the Puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
He told a teeming crowd at his latest European tour, "That's why I don't be going to them Puffy parties." Puff hug you from the front and the back at the same time? F you talking about? Look, if you into that, 50 said on stage. I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my MF kind of party. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom when S like that is going on. He also claimed that Puff once suggested that they go shopping, and he was like, what the hell was going on? Like, who goes shopping with his fellow man without strings attached? Why don't we like go shopping or some S? I mean, I'll pay for it, Combs allegedly told 50 Cent. He's telling me we gotta kick it. 50 Cent's allegations came hot on the heels of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit that saw Diddy settling for something in the region of $30 million.
He filed it on Thursday, and just over 24 hours later, they settled. And they both say that they have settled it amicably.
Now, Cassie never accused Diddy of sleeping with other men, but rather accused him of forcing her to sleep with male streetwalkers. This isn't to say that Cassie didn't know Puffy's S, but to establish the fact that 50's insinuations and allegations didn't stem from Cassie's lawsuit. This means that 50 knew what he was talking about, given the fact that he is a core part of the hip-hop industry. A few months after 50's allegations, Rodney Jones Jr. filed a lawsuit against Diddy, detailing how the music mogul mistreated him and attempted to sleep with him. According to the lawsuit, Jones was recruited by Diddy and Bad Boy to work on his latest album. An opportunity of a lifetime quickly turned into a nightmare as Diddy tried to initiate Jones into a gay lifestyle. But that wasn't the worst part. According to Jones, Diddy ran a ring that illegally imported and transported women and guns across the country. He claimed that the music mogul was into drugs and managed a string of call girls at his beck and call. He also claimed that the business mogul often trapped celebrities by getting them into an illegal act and then secretly recording them. He later used the videos to blackmail these unfortunate celebrities into doing his bidding.
Diddy, he got a whole lot of hidden cameras around his house, and he feels like Diddy is using all that footage for blackmail.
Probably so. I could believe that.
The most heart-wrenching part of the story was when Rodney alleged that most of the victims were underage. Rodney filed his lawsuit in February, and by March, Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles, seizing electronic equipment and cameras. Now here's where everything ties together. Rodney's rodeo with Diddy happened in 2022, but it took him 2 years to file the lawsuit, which supposes that his suit was inspired by 50's allegations. So it isn't far-fetched to suspect that Diddy put a target on 50 Cent's back. But here's where it all gets darker for the In Da Club rapper. 50 appears to be running a campaign to have Puffy arrested for orchestrating the demise of Tupac. In an Instagram post on Monday, October 9th, the G-Unit mogul claimed that the late rap legend's demise was ordered by Puff, who he advised to lawyer up. Damn, so Pac got lined by Brother Love, he wrote, referencing Diddy's R&B moniker. LOL, time to lawyer up. Might get sticky. 50's post included a photo of Tupac and Suge Knight sitting in the black BMW sedan the night of the drive-by shooting on September 7th, 1996. Though Diddy has consistently denied his involvement in Biggie's passing, speculations continue to spread, especially in the wake of Keef D's charge. Duane Davis, also known as Keef D, has long trumpeted that he was a witness to Tupac's demise. In fact, not only was he a witness, but he was inside the car from which the shots were fired at Tupac.
We were just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac?
Yeah.
Okay.
He even claimed in a 2018 interview that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, was part of the entourage sitting in the back seat where the shots came from. In 2008, Keef D told cops that he had a meeting with Diddy where the business mogul offered to pay them $1 million to off both Suge Knight and Tupac. Now, here comes the real juice. Tupac and his entourage had gone to see the fight between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon at the MGM Grand, where they ran into Orlando Anderson. A scuffle ensued between the two groups over a chain Orlando was alleged to have stolen from an affiliate of Tupac's entourage. A few hours later, Tupac was shot in a car while riding with his label boss, Suge Knight. Now, who pulled the trigger that offed Tupac has been a spicy topic for the past 27 years, with fans throwing many names into the mix as possible suspects. But one name that tops them all is Puff Daddy.
7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know,
now known as Diddy, the Bad Boy Records CEO, was in a bitter feud with Suge Knight's record label over an incident that happened between Biggie and Tupac. Keef D is adamant that Diddy ordered the hit on Tupac, which was carried out by the notorious gang Southside Compton Crips. Keef D claimed that he met Diddy at Greenblatt's Deli in Los Angeles, where the music proposed $1 million for anyone who could eliminate Tupac. Keef D noted that after Tupac's demise, Southside Compton Crips never received the money that Diddy promised. According to official reports, authorities believe that Tupac's demise was a result of attacking Orlando Anderson at the MGM Grand. Keef D also maintains that it was Orlando who pulled the trigger and that he handed over the weapon to his nephew to finish the business.
I'm not in Tupac. I mean, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? They would even say something like that.
Unfortunately, Orlando was shot in an unrelated gun incident in 1998 and thus can't confirm Keef D's version of events. So it appears 50 Cent is running with Keef D's narration, insinuating that the authorities look into Diddy for answers to Tupac's demise. Maybe he also knows a thing or two, having been a street guy himself and having been on the receiving end of gunshots. Thus, it's possible Diddy might have placed a hit on him to stop him from running a campaign that could put him in more trouble, especially when he's threatened to produce a docuseries on the business mogul. A few months ago, 50 Cent put word out that he was producing a documentary detailing the tumultuous career of Diddy. He didn't go into details though, but given his feud with the Bad Boy Records chief executive, we all know it's going to be an explosive expose of Diddy's shady dealings. According to sources, Netflix has bought the rights to the documentary, which presupposes they are onto something big. So, given all these scenarios, many fans are fingering Diddy as the prime suspect behind the alleged $1 billion hit on 50 Cent. And this brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.